If you get mad easily, this video ain't for you. I hope you heard that loud and clear. Alright, I haven't done an unpopular video in like over 2 years, so I just thought that it was definitely due for a new one because I have some unpopular opinions. My opinions, of course, as always, that might ruffle up people's feathers, and so what if they do? These are my opinions and I am entitled to them. Also, if you hear any like chumping noise, my dog is like chewing on his little rawhide chicken bone or whatever. So that's that. Before we get this video started, I do want to say go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I just know this isn't your first time. This definitely isn't your second time. It's probably like your third or fourth time watching my videos. So subscribe already and join the fam. Let's just get into it. Revenge can help you heal. It can, okay? Speaking from personal experience, I definitely think that it helps for sure. Everybody's always like, you know, be the bigger person, take the higher road, don't do this, don't say that, don't wish this on them. Sometimes you can't always wait for karma to do her thing, or sometimes you can't always wait for like God to like go ahead and do his big one. So yes, revenge can help you heal. Another one is that I prefer PWIs over HBCUs. I went to a predominantly white institution when I went to college, of course, and I definitely got accepted to, I definitely had a wide variety of choices to choose from when it came to picking like the college I wanted to go to. And HBCUs, for a number of reasons, were not ever gonna be my choice. Number one, they are severely underfunded. They have less resources than PWIs. And that's just straight facts. Everybody knows that. Some HBCUs are better than others, but in the bigger picture, PWI is always going to have more money and more resources for their students. Number two, and there's really no nice way for me to say this, so if you want to be in my comments being a hooligan, I would definitely block you or hide you from commenting, but it is something about the black culture at HBCUs that, from my experience, can be unwelcoming. I say this in terms of the feeling of being in competition with other women, whether it's the way you dress, the way you wear your makeup, or I did this first, I only know her, so I'm only gonna hang out with her, and this, and I feel like it's even worse in the South because I'm from Atlanta and I just saw it all the time, especially like Alabama A&M or just like certain universities in those, you know, southern states. I remember one time I wore like a sweater and a hoodie to class and I posted a picture about it. Somebody I went to high school with commented on my photo and said like, oh, I could never show up to my college class at this blank 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 university. Like, it's college. You don't need to look put together. I'm going to class to get a degree. I don't know, it's just the pressures of like always having to look put together for other women, and that's one thing I'm never gonna do. I wanted to be taken out of my element and I needed that culture shock. Did I know that it was going to be that shocking? No. I flew all the way across the country to Minnesota and I absolutely enjoyed my experience. And that's just that on that. People don't have commitment issues, they have too many options. We've all heard this before. Our older generations had it easy because they dated anybody they went to school with or in their nearby town or whatever, anybody they ran into at the store. And they didn't have the options and the necessities, or I won't even say necessities, but they didn't have the technology that we do now where people are dating someone in a different country, they're dating someone in 4 or 5 different states over, they're dating someone on a different island, you know, stuff like that. And we just have options. So I don't think anybody, or I don't think too many people have commitment issues. It's just the fact that they have so many options to choose from, men and women. Following up to that, most people don't want love, they just want attention with commitment benefits. Prove me wrong, prove me wrong. Another unpopular opinion, but I don't think that it would get too much of a little razzle dazzle. Women can spoil the men. Yeah, They can spoil their men. They can take their men to go get a pedicure, because why are you not taking care of your rusty, dusty, crusty old dude toenails? Like, because they don't do it themselves, obviously. Like, women's self-care is on a whole nother level, and men just don't find it okay to do those things, but women can spoil their men. Cheating is intentional, and it is never a mistake. But I don't believe that once a cheater is always a cheater. But I believe that a person can cheat on someone and completely change and not ever do that again once they get the right person. Being a dog mom, I really, truly, duly believe that you should be able to put your pets on your taxes. Because although they don't require as much like food, I guess, and as much like access to other things outside of like dog parks in your own home and, you know, vet visits, I still do believe that like they're kids, they're babies. There's just so much that goes into taking care of a pet. And I also think that it is a worldwide scheme to be charging for pet rent and pet deposits, because never on my own dime, while I'm still alive on this earth, I'm not ever gonna pay for my own pet's rent. They're unemployed. Some people use mental health as an excuse for poor behavior, and I just feel like not every bad day is trauma. Why is everything trauma? Y'all are misusing this term way too much. Everything is full of trauma. Like, somebody looked at you wrong when you're at the grocery store because you dropped the jelly canister, I don't know, something, and that gave you trauma. Let's be so for real. Like, no, that's an actual example because I saw that on TikTok. For real, y'all are doing way too much. It can be embarrassing and definitely awkward, but trauma? I think I had this issue in college. Pocket watchers. Because why does it matter to you how much money I'm spending if I say I don't want to give you money, or if I can't give you money? It is my money. Why are you watching how much I spend? Even for just like people on the internet, you don't need to know how much somebody is making and how much they are spending unless they make a video about it. And then again, whoever makes a video about it is openly inviting people to make a comment on it. Bonnets and pajamas outside the house is embarrassing. And it shouldn't be a thing at all. And I always see more black people doing this more than anything. I saw a white woman wearing a bonnet, and to me, I still feel some type of way about that. I'm not even gonna talk about that though. But wearing bonnets and pajamas to Walmart, to USPS, to Target, to the gas station, that's just nasty. And I saw a TikTok compilation of people being caught outside in bonnets and pajamas. Like, it is happening too regularly that there is an entire compilation. The video was 2 minutes long. Every 5 seconds somebody new, and that's just crazy to me. Money can buy you happiness. It buys you food, it buys you new self-care products that help you feel better, it buys you socks that keeps your feet warm, okay? It puts gas in your car, because if you don't have gas in your car to go somewhere, oh, you're stuck at home or whatever, like, being broke is not fun. So money does buy you happiness. It can. If you cannot buy something 3 times and it not hurt you, you don't need to buy it. Because I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. The soft life isn't self-care. It is luxury rebranded as healing. Okay? It's not self-care. It might be self-care for you to be looking at it and for you to get inspo and be able to pin it on your Pinterest board, but it's just luxury rebranded as healing. Oh man, I have been sitting on that one for a minute. Technology made us efficient but emotionally unavailable. Like, folks are so used to hiding behind a screen that it's harder for people to build and establish real connections and relationships. Some people just have so much social anxiety because they're always on their iPad or their phone and just like, you know, always on social media. I think it's really detrimental to society. And if you take any type of like interpersonal communication classes or whatever like that, they go into detail about that. Kids shouldn't have touchscreen phones until they're like 17, maybe 16. Your childhood shouldn't be lived through a screen, And you know, you can have a little flip phone, you can have a little Motorola or a Nokia, that'll be fine, a little Metro PCS phone. But all I see are kids having so many big touchscreen phones, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. This one might ruffle up some feathers, but stay away from toxic people, including family members, and normalize calling out your abusers regularly so that other relatives are reminded that they are a POS. And I stand on that, and I will always stand on that. I know there's a time and place for everything, not saying that you need to do that every Thanksgiving dinner, but you can if you want to. I just feel like nobody should ever forget and let that slide. Nobody should ever normalize it in a family. Now, if you've moved like far away from your family, you don't have anything to do with them, like, then continue protecting your peace and continue not going around them. But if you are continuously around them, or you see like your other relatives like diminishing your experience and just watering down what you went through, continue to call them out and speak up on it. Just because they're your family, that does not mean that they will look out for you. TikTok has made people mistake virality for talent. Some people that have gone extremely viral think that they're the best dancer, the best singer, the best whatever. And most of the times, like, some of their videos have just gone viral because they're funny, not necessarily because they're talented or because they had a really trending audio. So that's TikTok's fault. Like, I feel like some people have gotten too much, not necessarily like too much confidence, but some people just need to be humbled. Being constantly online has made everyone performative, even in real life. I feel this way because everybody is always filming something. They're always like putting on for the camera because, you know, they do whatever thing they need to do, whether it's something super big and over the top and loud or whatever, or just like ridiculously weird so that they can get attention and get the views and get the clout that they need. But it really has made people so performative. I really don't know how else to explain it other than that. Influencer culture has made people chase aesthetics rather than actual happiness. And I say this because I just did a video on reacting to like morning routines that I found on TikTok, and a lot of the videos were looking pretty much the same. Like, I get it that everyone has a certain taste, a certain fall aesthetic or winter aesthetic, and some people also like the same brands as far as like skincare and perfume and all of that. But when it starts to look the exact way that the previous creator has done it, because theirs got more views, theirs got more attention in the comments, they see that, oh, their video has done really well, I also have some of these things. My apartment also looks like this with, you know, big windows and a city view of New York City, whatever. To me, it's just not it. And I don't think that everybody is, you know, happily performing the way they are. That's just my opinion. Social media activism, especially on TikTok, is performative. And I say this because think back when 2020 Black Lives Matter was a crazy hashtag. It was a crazy trend. Baby, it's always been a movement for Black people. And I feel as though people that post their commentary videos and that make certain videos about protesting, about whatever other movement, people don't want change, they just want views. And I remember seeing this video about how somebody saw 2 or 3 like white girls in Minnesota like post pictures that they were protesting. They put it in their group chat just for them to be outed in their group chat that they weren't actually passionate about the Black Lives Matter movement. They were just doing it for clout, of course, because they knew they would get a lot of likes and views. And that spoke volumes. Like, that really did, because if I'm protesting right beside you, which I was out there heavily and strong. If I'm thinking like, oh, you're out here on my team too, but you're really just doing this because you want to look good on social media, that is just so disgusting to me. Not everyone who preaches self-care is healing. Some of y'all are just lazy. Some of y'all only read self-help books for like aesthetic purposes. That is my unpopular opinion. You can agree, you can disagree. I don't care. Another one, most people only want to heal because they want to look healthy online. Another one, when it comes to self-love, self-care. Self-love is great, but I do think that some of y'all have crossed into the self-obsession territory. Like, a little bit too much. I feel like if your feelings get hurt by this, then I might be talking about you. Not everyone is meant to be a main character. Some of y'all are solid background extras at most. I said it. Most of y'all were thinking it. I just had to be the one to say it. And that's okay. If you are a background extra, that is okay, because people still look at y'all too. Y'all still have a life too. It's fine. Not everyone is shadow banned. Some of y'all are just boring. You're uninteresting. Men do not need podcasts. They need therapy and real friendships. Besides Shits and Gigs, which are those two men that are based in the UK, besides their podcast, I don't know any other male-dominated podcast that is successful and flourishing. And I say this, don't be like, oh, well, you got Joe Rogan and this, but no. You know who I'm talking about. No. Because, like, obviously, he's a white man in America, and he's been doing it for a really long time. He's going to be 10,000 steps ahead. But I'm talking about everyday men. No. Also, in regards to a podcast, not everyone needs a microphone. Podcasts have made people think that every single thought that comes into their head needs to be content. Not everyone deserves a platform. Things need to just stay in a group chat. If we're going there, not everybody needs a cell phone, but here we are, and people do, and they just get out, they just put themselves out on the internet looking the way they do or saying the things they say, and that's just sad. Okay, I'm almost done. I have like 3 left. Streaming culture has made stalking feel normal because fans and followers now expect 24/7 access to content creators, and I think that's really dangerous. I feel like it's extremely unhealthy and it's not normal, but it's definitely something that's encouraged because they want to see you, they want to see more of your personality, they want to just basically live with you, be inside you, do all of that. And for people that stream content for like 7-8 hours, first I'm like, how you do it? I know there's a lot of gamers out there that stream, and that just has to be mentally taxing to just constantly have hundreds and thousands of eyes on you at one time, making comments about whatever's in your background, whatever you're doing, whatever you're eating, however you look. Like, that's just a bit much for me. Yeah, I truly think that streaming does encourage stalking. Not every conversation about Black culture needs to happen on a podcast. Like, some of these topics and things, they are better handled offline. And my last unpopular opinion, ladies and gentlemen, the Call Her Daddy podcast is not groundbreaking. It's not women empowerment. It is rebranded gossip as empowerment. You got a white woman with blonde hair that went to school in Massachusetts, and then she moved to New York to be a content creator, and then used her personal romantic relationships as sexual explicit content, and she just blew up. She didn't blow up by herself though. We all know she had Sophia by her side. But besides that, the documentary that they made about her, that was not it. And I said what I said. So those are all of my unpopular opinions. Like them or not, they are called unpopular opinions for a reason. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below of your unpopular opinions. Man, woman, whoever, do not be scared to leave your unpopular opinions below, because they are your opinions and you are entitled to them. All right, always remember that. And I will see y'all in my next video.
I've lost my words, I've lost my feet.